This is the BISSELL Little Green Multi-Purpose Portable Carpet and Upholstery Cleaner. After spending some time with it, I thought it might be helpful to share what I've noticed so far. I bought this mainly for small messes. Not full room carpet cleaning. More like coffee spills, dirt on the couch, pet accidents, car seats, and those random spots on carpet that keep bothering me every time I walk by. The main thing I noticed right away is that it is easy to understand. There are not many controls. I fill the clean water tank, add the cleaning solution, attach the tool to the hose, plug it in, and turn it on. That is pretty much it. The clean water tank is not huge, but for spot cleaning it makes sense. It holds enough for a couch cushion, a few carpet spots, or part of a car seat. If I try to clean a larger area, I do have to refill it. The dirty water tank also fills up faster than I expected when the stain is really wet or when I spray a lot. So, I would not treat this like a full carpet cleaner. It is better for smaller jobs. In real use, the process is simple, but it takes a little patience. I spray the area, let the cleaner sit for a short moment, scrub with a brush, and then slowly pull the tool back to suck up the water. Going slow makes a big difference. If I rush it, the fabric stays wetter, and I do not pull up as much dirty water. The suction is pretty good for a small portable cleaner. It does not leave things dry, but it does pull out a lot of liquid. The first time I used it on an older carpet spot, the water in the dirty tank looked pretty gross. That was a good sign, but also a little annoying because it reminded me how much dirt can stay in fabric even after regular vacuuming. I used it on carpet, a fabric chair, and part of a car seat. On fresh spills, it worked well. I had an old drink stain on carpet that did not disappear with one pass, but it looked much lighter after a couple rounds. On the car seat, it was useful because the hose and small brush were easier to manage than dragging out a larger machine. One thing I would say is to vacuum before using it. I know that sounds obvious, but it matters. If there is pet hair, crumbs, or loose dirt, the brush can collect it fast. I tried using it once without vacuuming first, and the brush had got messy almost right away. Now I vacuum first, then use this for the wet cleaning part. The setup is not hard, but filling the tank can be a little clumsy depending on your sink. I fill it with warm water and solution up to the marked lines. I do not use boiling water. Warm tap water has been enough for me. I also try not to overdo the solution because too much can leave the fabric feeling a little soapy. The hose length is okay, but I do wish it were longer. When I cleaned the inside of my car, I had to move the unit around a few times. It is not heavy, so moving it is not a big deal, but the hose can feel short if you're trying to reach awkward spots. The power cord is long enough for most rooms, but again, it depends on where the outlet is. Since it is corded, I do not have to worry about battery life. That part is nice. But I do have to think about where I plug it in, especially near stairs or outside near the car. The machine is louder than I expected. It is not unbearable, but it sounds more like a small wet vacuum than a quiet household tool. If I use it for just a few minutes, I do not care. If I am cleaning a car seat or several cushions, the noise gets tiring. I like the size. It is small enough to store in a closet, and I can carry it with one hand when it is empty. When the tank has water in it, it still feels manageable. I have used bigger upright carpet cleaners before, and those are better for large rooms, but they are more annoying to take out for one stain. This feels more realistic for quick cleanup. Compared to a regular spray bottle and towel, this does a better job pulling moisture back out. With a towel, I always feel like I am just spreading the mess around or pushing it deeper. With this, I can see the dirty water getting pulled into the tank. That part makes the cleaning feel more complete. Compared to a full-size carpet cleaner, it is obviously more limited. It has a small path, small tanks, and it takes more effort if the area is big. I would not use this to clean an entire living room carpet. I would use it for the stain near the couch, the stair landing, the dog bed area, or a car seat. One concern I had before using it was whether it would be hard to clean after I was done. It does need rinsing. I empty the dirty water tank, rinse it out, rinse the brush head, and try to let everything air dry before storing it. If I skip that, I can imagine it getting gross pretty fast. This is not a tool I would use, and then just throw back in the closet without cleaning it. Another thing to keep in mind is drying time. Even when the suction works well, the carpet or fabric stays damp. For thinner fabric, it dries faster. For thick carpet or a couch cushion, I give it a few hours. I usually put on a fan or open a window if I can. I notice the best results come from using less water than I think I need. It is tempting to soak the stain, but then I have to spend more time extracting it. A few controlled sprays, some scrubbing, and slow suction passes work better for me. The brush is stiff enough to help with spots, but I try not to scrub too hard on delicate fabric. On carpet, I can be more firm. On upholstery, I take it slower and test a small area if I am not sure how the fabric will react. The dirty water tank is easy enough to remove, but pouring it out is never fun. That is just part of using a wet cleaner. If you are cleaning pet messes, I would clean the tank right away. Letting dirty water sit in there is a bad idea. I can see this being useful for people with pets, kids, fabric furniture, carpeted stairs, or cloth car seats. It is also helpful if you rent and cannot use a large machine all the time. It fits better into normal life because it is quick to grab when something happens. I would not recommend it to someone who wants to clean large carpet areas often. It can do small sections, but it is not made for that kind of work. You would probably get tired of refilling and emptying the tanks. I also would not buy it expecting every old stain to vanish right away. Some stains improve a lot. Some need repeat cleaning. Some may not fully come out, especially if they have been sitting for a long time. That has been my experience with carpet cleaners in general, not just this one. What I like most is that I actually use it. Some cleaning tools are too much trouble to take out, so they sit in storage. This one is small enough that I do not mind grabbing it for a quick mess. That makes it more useful to me than a larger machine I only use once in a while. For me, this has been a practical little cleaner. It does not replace vacuuming, and it does not replace a full carpet cleaning machine. But for small wet messes and fabric spots, it has been useful. If you have any questions about how it works, what I used it on, or anything I did not cover, leave them in the comments. Thank you for watching.